Hi, good morning. It's Monday, September 19th. It's Jameson from Lessons with Coffee. If you're new here, hi, I teach intermediate in Minnesota. I currently have a 5-6 split classroom in a public school. So if you come from Instagram, hi. If you're finding me from a different video, also hi and welcome. So it's Monday. I try really hard to keep weekends like sacred, like they're my weekends. So I generally only have planned like through prep of Monday. And then on prep, I will plan the rest of my day. And then Monday nights are kind of my nights that I just like go home and really just like put pedal to the metal of like, what am I doing this week? So we have a planning document that's kind of nice that my team uses. And it is broken down by the week and like by the different subjects. And so, like I said, remember we switch from math and math only. So the way that we kind of have it is like by subjects. And I don't know, like, why is it doing this? Okay. Oh, it's because we have comments. Let's see if I can try to make it a little bit bigger. Yeah, I don't know. It didn't really make it. Okay. So, yeah, so we have it like by subject area and then by day. And then we always put like, so we put our weekly slides here so that we can kind of like steal from each other if we need to. And then like other things, like when do we have library? Like we have a bus training tomorrow. We have a fire and a lockdown drill tomorrow. We have an author visit on Thursday that I talked about in last week's video. When we have library, like different things, like we had to do Constitution Day today. iPad link or like lessons on your iPad links. This is like we got enough binders to like check out binders to everyone. And then this is things like, what are you doing for like Thursday challenges, which I kind of talked about last week. But so Thursday challenges, what are you doing for team building? Like that kind of stuff. What specials we have for the day. And then we kind of go through and plan. And so like for Math 6, which is the one that I do, we kind of went through and we said, okay, like today we're going to do identifying 2D shapes, 3D shapes, nets, creating nets, and then we're going to do composite shapes. Like then I would go in and say like, okay, I found this activity, and then my coworker is really good at like CGI math talks. So he'll go in and like link his math talk and then I can go pull that. And then like in literacy, we started because it's Hispanic Heritage Month. So like I posted everything that I have for Hispanic Heritage Month. And then our other coworker is doing not as in-depth of a project, talking about things that we can do like Wordle or like how many words can you read in a minute, that kind of stuff. When do we have Spark? And then things that we should be doing for science, social studies, all of that. So that is kind of how we plan. And then if somebody posts something, it's not like expected that you do it, but we are trying to stay at least on the same page with like, well, what are we doing? So we decided that sometime this month we would all do like a research paper on a notable Hispanic American person. And we haven't really talked about like what are we really getting into with reading, that kind of stuff. So anyway, that is how we do that. So I am planned for math, and math is about it. So like I said, we are talking about identifying, let's see if I can find a copy of it without having to run away. Identifying 2D shapes today. So we're starting with a math talk of which one of these things doesn't belong, and it's an isosceles triangle, a square that's just looks like a diamond, a rhombus, I can't remember the other shape, but anyway, so we're having them write it down on paper, and then as many vocabulary words as they can possibly, like, why doesn't it fit, using as many vocabulary words as they can. And then we did this, or are gonna do this I Spy thing. And it's like they have to find all of the different parts. I might have it. I have it in the slides. Yeah, so that's my read aloud. So it's like this I Spy where they have to, and I'll link it, but they have to like find all of the different shapes. And then I'm having them log into Schoology for the first time and download a Google Sheets, like mystery pixel art. So I have to make sure that everybody is logged into Schoology and can log into their Google Drive. So it's kind of a guided discovery of that. And that's what we're doing in math. And then they go to specials, and then we're reading After the Fall this afternoon, and our second mentor sentence is up there. So today they're labeling as much as they can, and then tomorrow we come back together as a group and then try to get as many labels as we can on there. Then I don't really know what I'm doing for the rest of the day, except for I know I'm going to start my research project, so probably be picking, or like, why do we celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month? What's the difference between Hispanic, Latino, Spanish? Like, what's the difference between all of those? And then choosing a person to research, and maybe starting to research. And I'll probably get them logged into Epic so that they can do some research. But I don't know. And then we have to do Constitution Day. So that'll be the very end of my day. So, anywho, that is tomorrow, or today. And I'll catch back with you probably, to be honest with you, after school. Bye. Hey. So we had a big conversation during prep about like when we're gone and we have to absorb each other's classes, and it got a little like, I don't want to use the word ugly, but it was not a very positive meeting in my opinion. So, yes, that is where we're at. This afternoon, we came in, we did our mentor sentence. So we glued in our mentor sentence. We labeled for 5 minutes. Then we jumped into Hispanic Heritage Month. And I found the Literacy Library had a really good packet of, and I don't have nobody's got theirs out on their desk. A really good packet of like research questions, like where they put their work. So I copied those off quick, and then there were research topics, which were really nice because it has some really good ones that, like, one I didn't even know of. And so I read through the list, and if they knew of somebody that they wanted to do, they could just pick that. Otherwise, I just had them draw out of a hat. And it's pretty good. So I'm excited about that. And so they started that. And then we did Constitution Day, and that was kind of it for the rest of the day. Then I had I'm a union steward in our building, so I had a union meeting with our principal because it turns out that we're like 5th and 6th grade, I think 3rd grade and one other grade is like short on our like time. So and not all of 5th and 6th grade. It's just actually me and my coworker who does 6th grade math because our schedules are different. Don't get me started. We are short 3 minutes. So the easy workaround for that may be just our kids get 3 more minutes of lunch. So instead of picking them up at 1:01, we would pick them up at 1:04, and then we get a little bit longer of like some prep time. But I don't know what the other thing is for that. And Sarah, you will be really good about this. We got figured out that we can actually time card our whole day if we split our classes into thirds. So if you split it into halves, you split the sub-pay by a half. But if you split it into thirds, you can still like split the sub-pay. So we don't have to like make this crazy weird spreadsheet. So I just got done with that, and now it is 5 o'clock, and I am actually staying after school for my letters meeting or letters training, and I need to iron on the binders that we bought kids that we're like loaning out for the year. I have to iron on like the label with my Cricut. So I have a Joy back there with a little tiny iron, and that's what I'm going to do. I am not going to do time lapse because I'm also going to be doing a class. So that is about it for my Monday. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow for Tuesday. Bye. Hi, good morning. It's Tuesday. I'm very tired. I stayed up too late last night. So I had my letters training yesterday, and I was at work until 8 o'clock, but it was nice because I got a big like project done that I've been kind of procrastinating and not being able to get done because I try to really hard work contract hours. Which also then means, as any of you who are teachers know, it means that you have very little time to like actually get stuff done because while yes, we're at work for 8 hours a day, we can't do the things that like we need to do to like executive function at school. So anyway, and then I stayed up. I got all of my slides done today. For today so that I'm a little bit more prepared and I can feel a little bit more relaxed in my preps. But that's that. We have a fire drill today, which I hate fire drills. I just hate them. They're annoying and I hate them. I understand why we have to do them, but I hate them. It's Teacher Tea Tuesday. I gotta go to the bathroom, so I'll talk to you guys later. I'll let you know what we're doing when I get inside. Hey friends, so today got really busy. Math went good. My kids are still having a hard time kind of working together. Like they want to still work with their homeroom kids. Like they don't want to mesh. So my co-teacher, well, not my co-teacher, my co-worker, and I switch our kids. So she takes my 5th graders, I take her 6th graders. But right now I don't have a seating chart because they're just good. But they're not working with one another. So they're not like wanting to, like her class does not want to work with my class. So I got to figure out something to do with that. It might just be as simple as, okay, sorry, we could have to have a seating chart. But I also like to like switch it up and have different groups work with different kids. So, let's see. We read the book Constitution for Babies, and then we had to do a little bit of reteaching some expectations in the hallway today. So we did that. Then after lunch and recess, we went and did a team building activity. So we had the 2 planks of wood. It was like 2 by 4 by 8s. And they had to go about, I want to say about 20 feet on the 2 boards. So they had to get their way across. So they had to have a teamwork and figure it out. And then we came back in and we talked about like what makes a good teammate, like what worked, what didn't work, what makes a good teammate, what doesn't make a good teammate, how can we transpire that onto our classroom. We said that like if we had a friend that like didn't have very good balance, we had to help them. So like maybe not put as many people on the board when they went across. And we talked about how like you can't yell at each other to get things done. You have to like talk to one another. If you're yelling, like nobody wants to do what you want to do when you're yelling at them. Then we started talking about like our classroom constitution. So I had everybody write like, what do you need in order to have like a perfect classroom? And I'm going to put them on a Schoology poll and they're going to vote. And then the top 10 are going to get put on our classroom constitution that they're going to sign and I'm going to put in a frame. I also had them do this little worksheet that was like, how do you want me to respond when you're off task? How do you want me to respond when you're being too loud? How do you want me to respond when you do well? How do you want me to respond when you meet a goal? So we did that. And we had a fire drill and a lockdown drill. I finally got everybody logged into Epic. And we finished off our day with a little bit of research with our Hispanic American notable person and Wordle. So we do Wordle every day. And it's kind of fun and kids get really into it. And it's always interesting, the kids that are good at it. And surprisingly, one of my lowest readers is actually the best Wordle player. Don't ask me why. So I am cutting out the labels for our binders that we had donated to us. So we had about 60 binders donated to us. So we're letting kids that don't have binders use them for the year. So I went through and I did iron on vinyl. So I have my little joy back here. So I just did that. That's the last of the binders that I have to label tomorrow. And then all 4 classes, everybody has a binder. Either they brought their own or we're donating one to them. But this way we know who's got them. So we know if one comes back like yucky, we know who it was. Tomorrow in math, we're going to start doing nets. Really try to hit home like what a vertex, an edge, and a face is so that when we get to surface area, it's a little easier. Tomorrow during read aloud, I can't actually do a read aloud because we have bus safety. Afternoon, we're going to start with our mentor text, and I think I need to start being a little bit more intentional about what we're doing in reading. So I think I might do some, so these are from, I don't even remember. But it's like a short reading. And then they have to, like, what goes off in the morning when you wake up, they have to, like, highlight it with different colors. I have a couple of different levels for these. So, like, level 2 has a reading and then a set of questions. But then level 3 has the same reading, but, like, harder. They're all doing the same thing, though, so I can kind of try to figure out where our kids at for reading. So I think that might be what I do, and just get started with like some reading groups. I could probably look at their A math scores and get that figured out. So we might just do one together tomorrow, and then Thursday we have the author visit and Spark. So I don't have a ELA block on Thursday, and then Friday that should give me enough time. We can just do another one together, and then I can start kind of doing some reading groups that way. Because I don't think, because I have 2 different grade levels, I don't think I'm going to really be able to do novel studies the way that I want to or would want to with the interest level and reading levels. So I think I'm just going to do all my reading groups with like small reading passages and like focusing on certain skills. That's it. I got to go. My husband's going to do a concert tonight, so I got to go and pick up, or he's picking up the kids, but he's leaving. So I got to go and be a mom and be a teacher tomorrow. So I got to be done with being a teacher today. So have a great night, guys. See you tomorrow. Good morning. It's actually still morning, even though I didn't catch up with you at the very beginning of the morning. It's Wednesday. Kids are at specials. This morning was a blur. We switched spots, which was needed, and then I may actually have to still do some more, but then we switched for math. In math, we talked about nets, and then we built nets, and they came up with team names. I love kids. Whatever. And then I sent them to specials, and then we have bus training in between specials when we normally do a read aloud, so we're not going to do a read aloud today. And then we'll go to recess, and then we'll go to lunch. So I'm not actually going to see my kids until like 1 o'clock. It's pretty crazy. In which case this afternoon we're going to do our revising our mentor sentence. We're going to be adding more verbs. And then we are going to do like a reading skill practice. I kind of showed you yesterday. It's like we're just all going to do level 2. So we read it, we do some stuff with color, and then we answer questions about it, which is kind of what I'm going to be doing for small groups, along with word studies. And then we're going to finish our poems. I got to print out our poems at lunch. And then we're going to just kind of continue our research for Hispanic Heritage Month. It's the plan. I'll let you know how it goes. Hey, good morning. It's Thursday, September 22nd. I kind of forgot to say bye to you yesterday. I didn't realize what time it was, and I needed to go pick up our kids. Today we have math in the morning, and we're going to take like actual notes for the first time today on in our notebooks on nets. They're going to finish their nets that they were building yesterday if they didn't. And then we're going to do some boom cards, like just log in and make sure everybody's got in and do some boom cards. Then my kids go to art today. Then we're going to do the read aloud of I gotta find it. We're gonna do the new Matt De La Pena book. I gotta find that. And then they're gonna write questions because he's in the building today. So then they're gonna write questions that they might have, and then I gotta go give those to the librarian so that she can kind of go through them. Then we go to recess, then we go to lunch, then we come back, and we are going to do our mentor sentence of, they have to write their own, so they have to imitate using as many vivid adjectives as they can. And then we're gonna finish our poems that they did the watercolor on, and then we're gonna go down to the author visits, and then that gets done at like 2:30, 2:45. So we'll have about 15 minutes. So we're just going to come back and do some silent reading. And then I'm going to let them name their new pods because I changed the seating chart around a little bit. And then we'll play Wordle at the end of the day. That's our day. So I need to make some like little half slips of like questions that you might have about his books or that students might have about him or being a writer or about his books or whatnot. So I'm going to whip that out, and that's really all I need to do. Oh, and then I have to like print out some of their poems and pictures and stuff like that. So I'll catch back with you at the end of the day. Hey, so we just got done with our like school family fall picnic. So it's currently like 7:10. Rest of the afternoon went really decent. We finished up our mentor sentence for the week, which was really nice to get like that one under our belt. So I have to kind of figure out what I'm going to do on day 5. I don't really know what I'm going to do on day 5, so I got to think about that. But we finished up our mentor sentences, and then I had them log into Schoology to finish that poem because they shared it with me, but like everyone named it something different, and I couldn't find it when I was looking for it, so I couldn't find it. And then we went to our author visit, and I got 3 books, and he was so kind and signed them to readers in my classroom, and I love that. So I gotta put it down for 2 seconds because I hate book jackets. I know I'm like not good at that, but I don't like book jackets. So I got Milo Imagines the World, which if you haven't read it, it's really sweet. It's really good. And it does have an incarcerated parent in it. So if you have any students that affects, it's a really good one. I got a copy of Patchwork, which is a beautiful book. It's a beautiful book, and it just kind of talks about that, like the idea of the things that you might think are not so good at really are the things that are going to make you successful in the world. And the one that really resonated with me, and I gotta go find it, is my son. And if you follow me on Instagram, you know that my son is having a really hard time, and a really hard time at school. He's the naughty kid, and it says, "You are the kid perpetually in timeout. We sigh, we sigh." You shove and cut lines and talk over teachers. You tell jokes during the pledge, and your whole body buzzes when you get a reaction. But the skill it takes to make people laugh is the skill you'll use to help people learn when you become a favorite teacher. And when a restless kid like you lands in the back of your class, you will see her and you will love her. Boy. And then I also got a copy of Last Stop on Market Street. So I'm really excited about that. I actually got a second copy of Patchwork, and I just had it autographed that I'm giving to Theodore's teacher. That was kind of a subtle love him hard. So yeah, I gotta go. I'm gonna try really hard to check in with you in the morning. This week has been really rough. I haven't really had a whole lot of time to chat with you. So yeah. See you on Friday. TGIF. Good morning. It's Friday. Friday, September 23rd. I don't think this whole week I've actually said the date. It has been a week. Really busy. Lots of stuff going on. Still lots of stuff going on. I was just looking through my planner. I don't know if I've showed it on yet, but I make made my own planner. My friend Lindsay kind of helped me with the start of it, and then I based it a little bit more of like what I wanted and needed. So that's kind of my planner. And I went through and on each of the months, like put in the days that we don't have school and holidays, and like when I have some scheduled absences, like I'm going to Disney World November 1st. So I put in some of those things, and yeah, and so we have a planning document that we use as a team, and that's nice because that would like we link the resources that we're using. But in my planner, I really like write notes of like we did this and it sucked, or we did this and it went really well, or we did this and change or add or subtract or things like that in the planner. So yeah, I don't need those anymore. So I was just kind of looking through my planner. I was gonna do a science activity today. We have a library. We have to do a Thursday challenge today because we didn't get to do it yesterday because of the author visit. We did win the other one, so I have the trophy. We are champions. Champions of the world. Just kidding, kind of. So we have our Thursday challenge, and we're gonna do the longest line. So basically all the classes start, and they get 3 minutes, and they just have to make the longest line. So sometimes they figure out that like if they lay down and go head to head or head to toe, they end up making a longer line than if they're standing. They have to be touching. So yeah, and it's one of those that like realistically, like we have 25 kids in the class, and one class only has 19, but if they have taller kids, or they could just kind of figure out how to like stretch their bodies as far as they possibly can, and it's just kind of fun. So we have to do that. So math, we are going to do, did I tell you guys I think I spelled wine in my computer? Yeah, like opening week, I think I spelled wine in my computer, and like I thought I got it all out, but actually I didn't, my baby did. But like the keys on the like left hand side of the keyboard are like kind of like hard to push down, and I'm kind of like I don't want to talk to IT about that, so we'll see what happens there. But I sorry, I was looking at some other things. I get distracted easily. I think we are doing like composite figures today, not like area of, but just like what are composite figures and how can you decompose them. So I found on Teachers Pay Teachers, and I've never used it, so I can't tell you like how great it is. I found a decomposing composite shapes that has like a distance learning option. So it's by Shay's Classroom. I'll have to let you know at the end of the day how it goes. It's geared 4th through 5th, which is perfect because that's kind of like what we're doing a review of, but it's got these like really cool like mats. So I'm hoping that it's really neat. It's like, can you draw it? You're decomposing it, and then activities for 10 different shapes. So we're gonna try it. Because then after today, we're kind of done with our like geometry review. It's kind of how we soft started math. No numbers, just like vocabulary, shapes, because in our 6th grade curriculum, we have to area, surface area, volume, area of irregular figures, composite shapes, So, and then I think I might just have them play with tangrams, like make their own tangrams today and play with them. So I think that's what we're going to do today in math. And then we have library during our read aloud, so I don't have a read aloud to do today. Then this afternoon, I need them to do, like I said, we have to finish that poem. So yesterday I got them all logged in and they finished it and they attached it. So I should be able to print it by the time we're back in our afternoon for our ELA block. I'm going to have them kind of finish up their research for their Hispanic American Heritage Month. And then next week we can work on the like final project. I have to have them fill out a survey for what t-shirt size they want because our school gives kids t-shirts. And then if we have time, we might do that science STEM, but I don't know if we're going to. So yeah, that's about it. I'll catch you on the flip side. Hello, it's the end of the day. Let's see. I don't think I was able to check back with you at prep. God, my preps are just flying by. Either I need to be more prepped or something. I don't know. It's it's tough. So let's see. We did that activity and it went awesome. I'll definitely link it. So it was super great. I ended up getting them they had about 45 minutes. So I gave them all 10 projects, but then I only gave them like one set of shapes. And then I said, when you get done, go grab another set of shapes and then redo it that way. And some kids only got through like 2. But some kids got through like 5. And some of the kids that got through 2, like, did it phenomenally, where the other 2, or like a couple of kids were like not really doing a super great job, but they were engaged. And then some of the kids that did 5, like, didn't do it correctly. Or not correctly. They were doing it correctly, but they didn't do it like thoroughly. And then some kids did a decent job on all 5. So, but it was a really good activity, and it was really neat to see some of their creativity. Then they had specials. Then we went to PE. Then we had to have indoor recess today because it was raining. Then this afternoon, I had them independently read for 15 minutes. We got to 7 minutes and 37 seconds before they needed like a ton of reminders. I need to make that rainbow thing. Then I had them do a like reading reflection. They finished their poems and then they finished up their research for their Hispanic American Heritage Month person. So my coworker has these like pennants that they're going to do for like their final project on that. And then I'm kind of going to be done with that. That does not mean that Hispanic Awareness or Heritage Month is over, but I'm done with the research part of it. We decided as a team that we were going to start with story elements next week and kind of go for like 2 weeks and then go into main idea. So I am tasked with like finding as many like activities and stuff like that I have, and then we put them all in a folder and then we just kind of pick and choose what we think is going to work well for our class. So overall, it was really good. We had a really productive week. We actually like went through like these are all the things that I did. And it was pretty good. So yeah, I had a good week. I don't really have anything else to report right now. I'm going to put in a couple of things that I need to send into the office for accounts for things. They did a really great job of cleaning up, so I feel confident just like leaving the classroom right now. And that's about it. So I hope you enjoyed week 3 with me. If you liked what you see, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, make sure you subscribe. And check me out on Instagram, Lessons with Coffee. Have a great weekend. Bye.